WWE Clash at the Castle just proves the point that we need to have these PLE events outside of the US more often. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jose Ramos Jr. And if you're as big of a pro wrestling fan as much as I am, then please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to this YouTube channel in order to keep up to date with all the pro wrestling content that is produced here. With Clash at the Castle already over with and seeing how they did my boy Drew McIntyre dirty, I'm a big fan of CM Punk, but I really thought that they were going to crown Drew McIntyre as the new World Heavyweight Champion, finally giving him a lengthy run at the title in front of an audience rather than what he had to deal with during the Thunderdome era. That wasn't the case. Instead, we would see CM Punk screwing Drew McIntyre out of yet another title opportunity. But one thing leaving the Clash at the Castle event that I think we all can agree on is how great these audiences have been outside of the US. We saw last year at San Juan, Puerto Rico in Backlash, France at this year's Backlash, Saudi Arabia just had a great showing at the King and Queen of the Ring event, and now Clash at the Castle airing in Scotland only demonstrates why it has become such an electrifying atmosphere for these PLEs. It's mostly due to the fact that there's been a lack of PLEs outside of the United States. So when the WWE goes outside to these other countries, you know that they're going to bring everything that they got. One, because they don't get these shows too often, and two, because they want the WWE to come back. One difference that these crowds have over the United States, I think, is the creativity when it comes to the chants. You would hear them singing the names of Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, for example. Obviously, the level of excitement that they bring whenever they hear these theme songs. Look no further than when they sang Triple H's entrance theme at the kickoff for Clash at the Castle, as well as Cody Rhodes and how they sang his theme song. Even when the music had already ended, a cappella, they went ahead and sang without the music itself. It also brings another level of flavor and theme to each of these PLE events. You kind of get a sense of distinct natures of these crowds, as well as who they're pulling for and what superstar really emanates as one of the crowd favorites when it comes to these outside countries. For example, look at Elimination Chamber when they were at Perth, Australia. Tiffany Stratton got a great ovation. You look at Backlash this year as AJ Styles was getting a great ovation. And now at Clash at the Castle, I mean, literally everybody that was from Scotland got a great ovation. And I think it's super important that the WWE carries on with this level of momentum. You look at the next upcoming Money in the Bank event, it will be emanating from Canada. Then we have Bash in Berlin a couple months from now. As long as they continue to cater to these outside countries, I think WWE will continue this level of momentum. But one thing that's very important to capitalize on is that very first W when it comes to WWE. That W being world. It's no secret that the WWE is the leading global wrestling company in the entire business. Not only have they catered to outside companies and outside countries, but they've demonstrated that the level of diversity and the level of importance that they have on that diversity when it comes to pushing their stars. Look at where the WWE is now in comparison to 20 years ago. Their roster is so diverse. We're having superstars from nearly every country which way. It is a beautiful thing to see that the WWE is capitalizing not only on this opportunity, but also showcasing different styles of professional wrestling. And at the heart of it all, that is what wrestling really is. It is a buffet line of the best when it comes to the industry. Whether you like your lucha libre, you like your technical, you like your theatrical, whatever the case may be, I think it is important for any promotion to capitalize on the diverse nature of their talent and showcase it to a wide audience for them to pick and choose who they identify with the most. And speaking of identifying, it's no hard identifying which crowds have been the loudest. And it's obviously those die-hard fans that have been following the WWE and pro wrestling for years on top of years. Namely, these outside countries, as I mentioned. And what's so great about these PLEs showcasing these audiences is that it's leading each PLE to outdo itself. Obviously, the standard was set last year at Backlash 2023 with the San Juan, Puerto Rico crowd, and then it was elevated at Elimination Chamber, and then the roof was blown off at this past Backlash in France. And leading into this event, Clash at the Castle, a lot of people were questioning, would Scotland be able to keep on par with France, or would they be able to surpass them? Now, it's up to your interpretation and up to your preference, but I think Scotland might have done so. I love the energy that they brought, and I think it really helped the fact that they had many matches that had hometown favorites. But what have you guys been thinking about these PLE events held outside of the United States? Which one has been your favorite? Which crowd do you think leads the rest in terms of the best wrestling crowd that we have seen in the past year or so? I know for one, me being from the United States, I think we got to step our game up, man, because crowds like France and Glasgow, Scotland really set the standard on what a real wrestling crowd could be in 2024.